now the Mayor of London does this Eid at the Square. Is BPF a part of that? Do they invite you to be a part of that function?
What we have been doing, I mean, we are connected to the community relations manager, and we've been supporting them. For instance, we supported the mayor on his trade delegation to India and Pakistan by connecting various people to the mayor's office. In terms of the Eid on the square, we always promoted. Supported and promoted.
And you know, my question is specific to Eid on the Square is not just for Pakistan, it's for the whole Muslim community.
It is.
So,
and for non-Muslims, for them to learn about our
culture and everything. The question basically is the Pakistani community integrating with the wider communities, not just the Muslim community, but with the wider communities across Britain?
I feel that much more can be done. I think in London they are, because London is a melting pot. But from various initiatives or events across the regions, traveling to Birmingham, Manchester, Bradford, I find, which is I guess expected, that in the smaller communities such as Bradford, they're less integrated with the wider community. Probably because they've been more insular. Whereas in London you're exposed to so many different opportunities and networks that it's easier to do that. But in regions such as Manchester, Birmingham, Bradford, it's much more difficult. And that is the reason why although we are based in London, we're looking to expand our programs to those regions, because we feel that's where the community really needs our help.
And while you are forming these partnerships, is there a set criteria that these partnerships have to attain to a certain level? Because at the end of the day, you yourself are a charity.
Our criteria is basically, for instance, in Bradford, I'll give you an example. So we partnered with an organization called QED, Quest for Educational Development. They've been working in Bradford in the area of education and social and economic development for the last 30 years. So our criteria is like-minded organizations that are focused on empowering the local community, and because they've already been there doing it for 30 years, we don't want to reinvent the wheel. It will be a waste of energy and time to do that. So we'd rather collaborate with people who are already doing that and bring them onto a bigger platform, so they're better connected. They have a better network.
Got it. Now, my next question is related to technology. Now, the whole world is being changed by this artificial intelligence. And yesterday itself, I was watching Google, Mr. Pichai, Sundar Pichai, demonstrating the artificial intelligence assistant who can make calls in your voice. So where do you think BPF fits into this revolution of technology?
Very important, to be technology savvy nowadays. We are very much looking to bring that on board. We are very active on our social media platforms. We're on all of social media, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, on our website as well. What we'd like to do is to put a lot of our training programs online through podcasts as well, so people can log in wherever they are. All of that requires funding, so the only thing holding us back is we're looking towards the British Pakistani community to come forward and support us, so we can realize all of these various initiatives.
And do you have a tech platform within the BPF right now?
Yes, we have a forum for technology and digital services. It was launched at Accenture last day. We had a seminar at Accenture.
That's good. And tell our viewers that, these youngsters, if they want to come to this tech forum, what is the best way to approach you, or how do they find out information about these?
The best way is to go onto a website, www.britishpakistanfoundation.com, and if you don't want to fill out the long membership form, you can just go onto the homepage and register to receive the newsletter. That will keep you updated with all of the initiatives. If you want specific information, you want to be really connected to information within the technology forum, you just email the office at info@bpfuk.org, and we will get back to you.
And BPF has been on a trajectory, and it is in an upward trajectory, and you were incorporated in 2010. Where do you think BPF is going to go in the next 5 years? You are the CEO now. Do you also see yourself as the CEO in the next 5 years?
You never know what's going to happen. As they say, that as the saying goes, you have a plan and God has other plans.
Exactly, true.
But our dream and goal for BPF is that in the next 5 years, it becomes the go-to organization for British Pakistanis in the UK. Whatever their needs are, we want to be able to provide a voice for them. We are there to protect and serve their best interests. So if there's somebody, so in a way, although we're not a political platform, but when we want to have 100,000 members in 5 years.
Sure.
So the idea is when you have 100,000 people, what they say matters.
Exactly.
Everybody within the government will have to listen to what they're saying. It means that if they pass a policy which is discriminatory towards British Pakistanis, somebody will be holding up their interests, will be becoming their voice, you know, and all political parties have to hear it. So that's what we want. We see the future that our community has a voice, and we are that voice.
And do you think this will become a pressure lobby group?
That is not really our aim, but to be honest, once you have a strong community, then you become a voice, whether you like it or not. You become a voice. But our direction is always professional development and entrepreneurship. The reason is that we believe the only way for you to help others is to start with first empowering yourself. If you can't empower and help yourself, you can't help anyone else. And the way our strategy works is that we look at people who have reached positions of success or you know, leaders in their field, and we look to those people to mentor and guide the next generation. That has always been our model. And we feel that your influence starts with what you can achieve, and you shouldn't look at what others are doing. Your competition should only be yourself. You should always look to be the best version of yourself.
Very true. I fully agree
and
with you.
And I'm working with so many Pakistani people and British Pakistanis. I must say, even I think just last year I must have mingled with 10,000 people. And I must say, I'm so impressed. Our people are so talented, they're so smart, they're so resourceful, both the men and the women. They just, a lot of them lack confidence. A lot of them don't have guidance or positive direction. They don't know where to go. But if somebody gave them positive role models and guidance, they'll be unstoppable. And Pakistan is definitely an emerging market. We have, 60% of the population is under 30, over 200 million people, smart, resourceful people. They are not utilizing the women. 50% of their resource they're not utilizing. If they did that, they will be an unstoppable force.
True. Tell me the link between British Pakistan Foundation and the British Asian Trust.
So British Asian Trust is also one of our partners. We support them. Asif Rangoonwala, who's a chairman, is also a trustee. The way we support them is the British Asian Trust looks to work on charitable projects in the countries of origin, such as India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and Sri Lanka, whereas we primarily work to empower the British Pakistani community here. So it's a very complementary kind of ethos, because a community here, if they want to look at projects in Pakistan, so British Asian Trust is definitely one place to go to, because it's backed by Prince Charles, and they know that when they give to causes that are managed by British Asian Trust, then they know that it's a credible, reputable, well-managed project. Okay,
that's very good. So I hope that is helpful information for our viewers today. This question, I ask my guests because I want our audience to understand that. Have you yourself felt, or somebody who's come to you ever felt, that the British Asian minority ethnic community, they are not looked upon in the professional sector as the go-to people?
Yes.
So, they have problems in getting jobs, and they have problems in getting to where the normal white people get to. Have you come across something like this?
Yes, when I was working in the city, until I would tell people that I'm British Pakistani, they would never believe me. So they always assumed, they never knew that I was British Pakistani. And when they would find that out, then they would have these stereotypes. So perhaps it didn't affect me so much, because I didn't fit their stereotype. But I noticed that let's say if I wore the hijab, why couldn't I still be, high achieving, management consultant? So why should, if you decide to wear the hijab, or if you don't wear the hijab, what you wear is not important. It's what's in your brain that's important. You should be judged by what's in your mind and who you are, and not what you wear.
Right. So I hope that also helps our viewers, and especially the girls out there who want to dress the way they want to. The world can do whatever they think is best for them. What are your future projects as Zahra?
I would like to carry on, taking BPF to the next level. We want to increase our membership base. Our plan is to expand our programs to regions such as Birmingham, Manchester, Bradford, Leeds and Glasgow.
Right.
So that's quite an ambitious plan.
Interesting.
We want to raise funds to be able to support this plan, and that's something I'd like to carry on.
Okay.
Also personally, I'd like to I try my best, but I'd like to be a positive role model for my own children, you know, for my 2 daughters.
Right.
So when they grow up, they don't feel that because they're British Pakistani, you know, that they can't do certain things in life. I want them to feel that they should be able to pursue whatever their dream is, and they should be able to achieve it.
Sure.
Nothing should stop them.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I know that Zahra Shah is a multi-talented woman. I'm going to ask you about your personal business now. What do you do in your personal business?
So I had always had an interest in property design. I used to design property, and that's how I kind of got into property development.
Sure.
And my personal business model is pretty straightforward. I buy houses in areas that are undervalued, which has a underlying infrastructure to support it, and which are kind of in terrible condition, and I turn them around. I develop them into flats.
Right.
For both sale and for rental as well.
Okay.
So that's what I do.
Okay. And do you talk to women about this and tell them that, you know, it's not necessary that they have to just stick to one job. They can actually be in a few jobs together,
Yes.
and, you know, make more money from them from different streams of income. And that is what really empowers a woman to go out there and do what she has to do.
Definitely.
With 2 children to take care of also.
That's definitely something I do. And I, you know, even my story, I set up my property business when I was on maternity leave from my first child.
Okay.
So I would not lie to you. It's not easy.
No, well,
It
nothing is easy in life.
In order for me to be able to do all of these things, I work 24/7. You know, I put my children to bed. When they're gone to sleep, I'm working again.
Right.
So for a lot of women to realize that if you're passionate about something, it is possible as long as you're willing to work for it.
Yep.
And you know, it is even more beneficial if your family, if your partner is supportive and provides that support network and provides the flexibility that you're able to do that.
Sure.
But women should not be held back because they're running a family, looking after children, if they've taken a career break. But say there's so many things they can do now. Now with technology, they could retrain and do things, you know, from home as well through technology that empowers them. You know, they could do online courses. They could, you know, even things like, for example, blogging. You know, writing your personal blog. There's so many things that they can do. It's just a mindset.
Sure.
If they're not, it's not important for them to fit into a box. They create who they are around their personal situation.
Wow, that's a very good narrative of saying how women can empower themselves. So Zahra, I'm going to ask you, do you have a good message for our viewers today, and, you know, tell them how they can be, you know, in a position like you are today?
Well, I hope they can be far better than me. And my message to British Pakistanis, whether men or women, is to really believe in yourself. Never think that anybody is better than you, and never think that anybody is worse than you. You know, treat people as equals. Treat women as your equal partners. And if you have a dream, if you believe in something, if you're passionate about it, then just go for it. Give it your best shot. Try and be the best that you can be. Do not measure yourself by comparing yourself to others. Measure yourself by comparing yourself to what you did yesterday, and see how you can do it better. And if you do that, you will not fail.
Zahra, on that note, thank you very much for coming in and taking out time from your busy schedule. Thank you, viewers, for watching us. Keep watching Asia TV for more news and updates, and I will be back with you next week. Thank you.